Picture this: two individuals begin life at the exact same point. Equal income, same neighborhood, similar opportunities, and even comparable backgrounds. Yet fast forward 10 years and you'll find the first person living a life full of freedom, security, and brimming with options. Meanwhile, the second person is stuck, frustrated, and worse off than when they started. The big question is, what led to this drastic difference? Was it luck? Absolutely not. Intelligence? Nope. Special opportunities? Not at all. The secret lay in something far more subtle: habits. Those small, seemingly insignificant daily habits that didn't seem like much in the short term, but ended up shaping their destinies. Today, I am going to unveil those 5 hidden habits that silently destroy people's lives without them realizing it. More importantly, I'll show you how getting rid of them can put you ahead of 99% of people. Before we dive in, though, I have a question for you. Are you ready to face the truth, even if it stings a bit? Because change doesn't come from ignoring the truth, it comes from embracing it. The first trap: giving up too early. This is the trap that most people fall into. One person makes a move towards their goal, but at the first obstacle or the first delay in results, they quit. Imagine a man starting a diet, sticking to it for 2 weeks, and then abandoning it because he didn't see quick results. Or someone beginning a small business and facing their first challenge, deciding that success was never meant for them. Another person begins learning a skill, and as soon as it gets tough, they drop it. The most famous story in this regard is the story of Frank, a 67-year-old man who decided to take up photography. It wasn't just a hobby with his phone, but a real camera and daily lessons. His family thought he was having a midlife crisis. They told him, "You're retired, just relax," but he refused to give up. In the first year, his photos were really bad. But Frank understood something most people don't. The magical moment always comes after the point where you want to give up, not before. After 2 years, he started selling his photos online. After 5 years, he held an art exhibition. And today, at the age of 74, he travels to teach photography to seniors. The lesson here is simple: successful people are not necessarily geniuses, but they kept going when others stopped. Thomas Edison tried thousands of times before he succeeded in inventing the light bulb. If he had given up, we would be in the dark now. But there's another trap that's as dangerous as giving up. Trap 2: living for the approval of others. Let's set the scene. You're at a family gathering, and you share your plans to start a business, write a book, or go back to school. The comments start pouring in. "You're too old for this. That's too risky. Why don't you just live in peace?" What will the neighbors say? The trap lies in starting to link your steps to the approval of others. You postpone your dream, waiting for the permission that will never come. Here's a true story. I personally went through this experience. I had an idea that everyone around me thought was crazy: my friends, my family, and even some smart people I trusted. They all gave me logical reasons why the idea wouldn't succeed. For a long time, I kept trying to convince them instead of moving forward. Until I realized that I was handing over my life to the fears of others. Their fear became my fear. The truth is that those you ask for approval from have often not achieved what you're trying to achieve. They project their own limitations onto your dreams. The difference between wisdom and permission is crucial here. You seek wisdom from someone who has walked the path before you. You seek permission from people who want you to stay where you are. Learn to build internal validation. Confidence is not a feeling you wait for, but something you build one step at a time. Trap 3: investing externally before internally. In every coffee shop, you'll find conversations about stocks, real estate, or cryptocurrencies. Everyone is chasing the golden opportunity. But the mistake here is that they invest externally before they invest internally, that is, in themselves. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have $1 million in the market or the skills and knowledge to be able to earn $1 million whenever you want? The correct answer: both, but the order matters. The story of Dorothy is a good example. She was a teacher who retired with simple savings. Instead of panicking, she decided to learn accounting online. After 2 years, she started offering services to local companies. And after 3 years, her income was higher than what she used to earn in her official job. Why? Because she invested in herself first. Skills and knowledge are not affected by market crashes. Every new skill you learn is an asset that will generate profit for you forever. Trap 4. Listening to the wrong voices. This is probably the most expensive mistake people make. They take financial advice from broke people, and relationship advice from people who have failed, and business advice from people who have never started a project in their life. Think about it. Would you go to a mechanic to fix your heart? Of course not. You'd go to a cardiologist. Similarly, if you have a financial problem, you should consult someone who has managed their finances well. Your neighbor who has been complaining about his job for 30 years shouldn't be the one to decide your future. The key takeaway here: measure advice by the results of the person giving it. If you want to learn about investing, get advice from someone who has built wealth, not from someone who only talks about investing. And finally, Trap 5. Staying in unsupportive relationships. Your life partner, or the people closest to you, can be your biggest supporter or your biggest obstacle. A person starts a project and then faces negative comments at home. You're wasting your time. You're obsessed. These words break enthusiasm faster than any external failure. In contrast, a supportive partner can double your success. The story is clear. Jim didn't succeed because his wife resisted him every step of the way. Robert succeeded because his wife supported him every step of the way. Success is not just an individual effort, but an environment that shares the path with you. Conclusion: wealth comes from within. True wealth is not money you chase, it's the person you become. The 5 habits we mentioned are not just tips for success, they are a way of life, persisting when others give up, being independent of the approval of others, investing in yourself first, choosing who you listen to, selecting a supportive environment and relationships. Change is not as difficult as you think, it just requires small daily steps. If you improve by 1% every day, you will be 37 times better by the end of the year. This is the compounding effect that most people don't see. The end and call to action now. The decision is yours. Will you stay as you are, or will you take one small step today to be better than you were yesterday? Remember, you don't need perfect conditions, but imperfect action that starts now. Invest in yourself, persevere through difficulties, stop seeking the approval of others, and choose your environment carefully. With these steps, you will join the small elite of people who live life on their own terms. If you've made it this far, you're not just watching any video. You're investing in yourself, and that's a habit that will pay dividends. Thank you for watching. See you next time.